Welcome to the audio-visual presentation for the training on the use of the TMS monitoring tools. We will start our discussion on the TMS monitoring tool for the regular polling place. Here is the monitoring tool for regular polling place preliminaries. On top of the regular polling place, fill out the general information: monitor name, region, municipality, voting center, clustered precinct, or polling place number. When we say voting center, this generally refers to the school. Then, for the clustered precinct, the identifying numbers assigned to the classroom. For example, clustered precinct 0001A, 0001B, and 0002A. You will also see start and end in the tool. Place in those fields the time in hours, minutes. The time can come from your watch or device, laptop, tablet, or phone. For task 1, EB obtains forms, supplies from the election officer. Since this is done before the electoral board goes to the polling place, write down the start and end time when the EB arrives at the polling place with the forms. For example, they arrive in a classroom with the forms at 5 a.m. Write 5 a.m. as the start and end time. Task 2 of the tool says the EB sets up the polling place. The moment you see the first activity of the EB meeting in a classroom, you will look at the time. When you see 5:36 a.m., write 5:36 a.m. as the start time. Task 2 is completed when the EB posts the PCVL near the door. When you see that posting is completed at 5:50 a.m., write 5:50 a.m. at the end time. Follow the same method for tasks 3 and 4. The notes portion in the tool is to indicate if any activity in the tasks was not done or was skipped. For example, you observe that the EB jumped to task 3, which is showing the ACM to the watchers before posting the PCVL near the door. Right, EB showed ACM to watchers before posting the PCVL. Our last note for the regular polling place preliminaries monitoring tool refers to a situation where there are PDL voters. The EB is required to segregate their ballots. When the EB announces the segregation or you observe it happening, you should also record the time start and end. We now go to the second regular polling place voting monitoring tool. Remember to fill out the general information on top. For the voting monitoring tool, you'll be writing in this form per voter that you are shadowing. Shadowing means you'll observe a voter from the start to the end of their voting process and record the time for each task in the tool. For example, task 1 says queue in poll clerk. Write the time as soon as the voter arrives in queues. Let's say the voter arrives and joins the line at 6:30 a.m. Then, the poll clerk calls out their name and starts finding the name in the AGCVL at 6:35 a.m. After the name is found, the poll clerk will confirm the voter's identity. This could be through checking their ID or having them sign in the AGCVL at 6:36 a.m. Once the voter's identity is confirmed, the voter proceeds to the EB chair who will authenticate the ballot by signing on the box at the upper right portion. Let's say this happens at 6:40 a.m. The next task refers to the EB chair handing the ballot to the voter. The EB chair will show the ballot to the voter. It's clean and without smudges, marks, and damage, and instruct the voter on how to fill it out. Let's say this is completed at 6:42 a.m. After authentication and at that exact moment when the voter is ready to proceed to the voting area, you should write the start of task 7, queue in voting area. This task will depend if there's a line or wait time for the voter from getting the ballot to getting a seat to vote. For instance, if they head to the voting area at 6:43 a.m., that is the time you record. Then for task 8, voter votes, the time the voter sits down is the time you note down. Let's say this happens at 6:44 a.m. After that, you can do a general observation as the voter cast votes by filling out the ballot. This process can vary in length. It might take 5, 10, or even 20 minutes. Let's say the voter completes this task at 7:03 a.m. There are other required information to note during task 8. While the voter is taking time to cast their vote and you're simply waiting, you can maximize that idle time by counting how many people are present inside the precinct. For instance, if there are 2 voters at the ECM, 2 with the EB chair, and 4 lining up at the door of the classroom, that totals 8 voters, which you should write down in the notes. Do this each time you shadow a voter. Task 9 starts when the voter queues in front of the ACM to feed their ballot. For example, if the voter lines up at 7:04 a.m., you should record that time. Task 10 starts once the voter feeds their ballot onto the ACM. Record the time when the ballot is inserted, say 7:05 a.m. Task 10 is completed when the ballot is successfully fed. A receipt is printed, the voter verifies the information on the receipt is correct, and the voter places the receipt in the receptacle. Let's say this happens at 7:07 a.m. Task 11 refers to the application of indelible ink to the voter's finger and leaves the precinct. There are special cases to note during voting. Case 1 is when the voter objects on the voter receipt information. If this happens and it is resolved, record the time of the objection and resolution. For instance, 7:07 a.m. Case 2 is when the ballot cannot be fed into the ACM. If the voter refuses to proceed or encounters issues while feeding the ballot, this is also noted. Record the start of the incident, for example, 7:05 a.m., and the resolution time, for example, 7:09 a.m. We have the same instructions on notes. You can write any overall observations on any skip task. For example, if task 5, ballot authentication by the EB chair was clearly not done, as much as possible, record all potential issues in the notes. Then, once shadowing one voter finishes, say at 7:07 a.m., you will proceed to shadow the next voter. You'll continue recording for each voter you shadow, 1, 2, 3, and so on, until you finish your shift. You should be able to fill up to around 30 entries, or as many as you can, within your monitoring shift. We now go to the third regular polling place closing monitoring tool. Don't forget to fill out the general information on top. If the EB chair announces the official closing of voting for regular voters at let's say 7 p.m., record that time as the start of the closing and transmission process. If the EB chair starts feeding the remaining ballots into the ACM, for example, 7:20 p.m., record that time. This includes any uncast ballots from sectors like PDL or Persons Deprived of Liberty, PPP or Priority Polling Place, or IP Indigenous Peoples. If applicable, note the quantity and source of these remaining ballots in the remarks section. For example, 3 ballots from PDL, 5 from PPP, 1 from IP. Task 2 involves the EB performing the closing procedures on the ECM. If the EB chair starts the closing at say 7:21 p.m. and completes it by 7:25 p.m., record both times accordingly. Task 3 is the generation and printing of the first set of election results. As soon as this begins, let's say 7:25 p.m., record that as the time start. Once completed, for example, 7:28 p.m., record the time end. Following that is task 4, the transmission of results, which will also be announced by the EB chair. After the transmission process begins, you may encounter either a single transmission time or separate entries for national and local transmission. During mock elections, monitors often recorded just one transmission time. However, if the EB chair announces them separately, you may record two different time entries. For example, if national transmission starts at 7:28 p.m. and ends at 7:32 p.m., and then local transmission begins at 7:32 p.m. and ends at 7:36 p.m., both should be time-stamped accordingly. If the announcements are not made separately, a single entry will suffice. Task 5 involves the printing of copies of the remaining set of election returns. This is either announced or visibly observable, and you should timestamp it accordingly. For example, time starts at 7:36 p.m. and time ends at 7:40 p.m. Following that is Task 6, the VVPAT vote review, which may also be announced or shown on screen. For example, if the VVPAT review begins at 7:42 p.m. and ends at 7:48 p.m., record those times. Follow the same method for Task 7. If the tasks are skipped, make sure to note it down explicitly in the notes section. For example, skip VVPAT review. For Task 8, which is the printing of the audit report usually included in the envelope, write the start and end times such as, for example, 8 p.m. to 8:05 p.m. Next is the final backup procedures or task 9, which may start at, for example, 8:05 p.m. and end by 8:08 p.m. Followed by task 10, which is the shutting down of the ACM, for example, from 8:08 p.m. to 8:11 p.m. Lastly, task 11 involves covering the ballot box, sealing it with tape, and turning over the ACM box and other election equipment to the election officer. For example, from 8:11 p.m. to 8:13 p.m. Priority polling place or PPP, the instructions are similar as with the regular polling place. However, note that in PPP, this caters to senior citizens, pregnant women, and persons with disabilities. PPPs are generally located in an accessible location, typically the ground floor of the voting center. For the voting process, one major difference is that one of the support staffs will be leaving the PPP to get the voters' ballots from their assigned clustered precincts. During this time, the support staff may wait for more voters before securing ballots. Also, the voters will be required to sign a waiver. Please take note of this information that needs to be filled out in the monitoring tool. For closing, also since there is no ACM, the tasks are a bit different. The monitor will have to shadow the support staff who will be delivering the ballot envelopes to each clustered precinct. Note the time in which each ballot envelope was delivered, the time they were fed to the ACM, and the time the staff left at each clustered precinct. Record also the clustered precincts. For persons deprived of liberty, special polling place or PDL-SPP, the instructions are also similar as with the regular polling place. PDL-SPPs are located in detention facilities with security measures due to their location. The general information above will also be filled out. For preliminaries, there is also no ACM in the PDL-SPP. Then, there is a task where the support staff leaves the detention center to collect ballots in voting centers. For the voting process, the procedures are similar, but there is an additional step. The PDL voters are brought to the voting area by detention facility personnel. Closing, also since there is no ACM, the tasks are a bit different. The monitor will have to shadow the support staff who will be delivering the ballots to the voting centers and record the time each voting center is reached. If this cannot be done, please ask the support staff on the exact addresses of the voting centers where the ballot will be delivered. Then, please estimate the distance from the PDL SPP to the voting centers and record in the notes.